begin our post-game press conference. We're joined by A.J. George and Dalen Smith, and we'll open up the floor for questions.
Well, AJ, your takeaway from this one, you had your moments, but you also had a really bad run there at one point where you fall behind by 23 after cutting it to 7.
Right.
How frustrating is that to, have the ups and downs?
I mean, it's a lot just because we know, we talk about it every day how good we can be as a team. It's just hard just to see that we can't put things together for a long amount of time. But I just think if we just keep fighting and just keep being together as a team, everything will end up turning around for us.
Yeah. You were really aggressive tonight, and to be brutally honest, you didn't have a great offensive game against Fullerton. Was that sort of a motivation for you a little bit?
No, not really. I just try to keep the mindset of this next game. I know against Fullerton I didn't play is good, but I'm just moving on to the next game. We got so many games in basketball, so I'm just trying to keep the mindset of the next game and just hopefully I can play better next game and just play as hard as I can. So, thanks to my teammates and my coaches, they trusted me tonight and, I delivered.
Dalen, your thoughts on the flow of the game and just where you guys made some runs, but you also gave up some runs?
Yeah, like AJ said, it's kind of frustrating, knowing that the type of team that we can be. And, obviously we always cut it close and then we kind of give it away. So, we just need to find a way to stay consistent. And I think that's the biggest thing. I feel like, Coach will talk about it, but, we kind of make a run as a team, where we start to turn the corner. And then we always, go back in the hole. So, I'm trying to take it personally to help us not go back in that hole and, try to run off some games. And, there's still hope. There's still a lot of confidence in this team. And, we're not quitting. So, we're going to show up every day and we're going to try to figure it out.
Yeah. If you could move the mics toward you for a second, I
Yeah.
just want to ask you one more. Along the lines of just, it seems like when you are aggressive, good things happen. And when it's ISO ball, bad things happen.
For sure.
Can you sort of talk about the offense in those two things?
Definitely. We know we have talented players up and down, so we need to emphasize moving the ball and making sure guys get touches because we are so lethal offensively, and obviously we have to exploit our mismatches. And tonight, nobody could stop AJ, so we're okay with living with him, ISO balling when he's hot like that. So it comes with the game. We just got to be better at moving the ball. And as you can see, I think these last couple games we've had multiple guys in double figures. So, that's what it's going to take to win. And, once we focus on, getting more stops and defensively, I feel like that's when we'll really turn the corner.
And for both of you, and I'll start with you, what's the mindset for the final stretch run?
Just be aggressive, be confident. Obviously, like I said, the belief is still there. It starts with us too. We're the captains, we're the leaders. So, we just got to show up every day and let these guys know, like, there's no quit in us. And they're going to follow along like they have been doing. So, we're going to show up every day. We're going to work. We're going to get better. We're going to watch the film. We're going to come back and, we're going to win these next 2 games and go from there.
Okay. AJ, how would you describe that mindset that you guys have to have?
Just to go off what he said, we got to just come in every day and work. We can't, take days off. Like you said, it's the last stretch, so it's these last games. Everybody just got to show up, and we just got to be together as a team, and then just fight hard, like to the end until we're done.
Guys, anything?
Thank you guys. Appreciate it.
Thank you, guys.
ready to resume our post-game press conference. We're now joined by head coach Mike Scott. Coach, can you start us off with your thoughts at the game?
I thought we gave better effort. I thought we had a much better fight. Some of the details we got to clean up, sprint back in transition and get matched up, knowing, understanding what we're in defensively. Besides that, man, I thought we played a pretty solid game. Against a team like that, you can't have them type of mistakes to try to go and get the game. So overall, man, I thought it was a much better effort from our team overall.
The effort did look there, but at the same time, the numbers from the three-point range, they outscored you 24-3.
Yeah.
And when you're playing a team like that, you probably can't afford that.
Yeah.
Can you just, from just that aspect, I know there are a lot of other variables, but what about just that number right there?
We told the guys even after the game, like, man, we got to stay in the gym, and then we got to trust our work. That was one of the things I put on the board. We got to trust our work. Even the 1-3 that we hit, Dayton was in the corner, and he kind of thought about it, and I'm standing behind him. I'm like, man, I believe in you. I believe in you. Shoot it. And then he raised up, and then he knocked it down. But it's just us continue to push those guys and continue to tell them that we believe in them, and we're gonna live with them shooting the basketball. Teams is gonna make us take threes, and we got to step up to the plate and knock them down with confidence.
You're down by 23, and in a blink of the eye, you're down by 10 or 8. You make a great run.
Yeah.
But then a blink of the eye, it's getting back up there again.
Yeah.
What about that give and take and the frustration of it? You know you can do it, but you can't sustain it, at least, tonight.
Yeah, no, very accurate, but it's what I talked about in the beginning about those details. Usually when it flips like that, it's because of us not getting matched up in transition and guys get an open three, or not getting matched up and then we put them at the free throw line, and then the same thing, getting guys in the bonus too early. So now every time we foul, they go into the free throw line, it's almost 2 points. Those are things that we can't do, things that we talk about, and kind of sets us back. So when you are trying to make a comeback and then you foul, it's almost like giving up 2 points, giving up a free bucket. So again, small details that we got to hone in on and we got to get better at. We harped on our togetherness and guys being together and kind of doing it as a team and not trying to play hero ball and kind of go get it one-on-one. And I thought we did a better job of it. It wasn't great, but I thought we did a better job of it tonight.
The 5 games to play, the math's getting fuzzy to get to Henderson. So what's your
Yeah.
message to the guys? How do you keep them, on point?
Just go get one at a time. The guys that's at the bottom of the league, we're all kind of in the same boat. But we get an opportunity to go play some of them games, and we got an opportunity to go get some of them games. Got a couple on the road, maybe 1 or 2 at home. So same thing I told them guys in the locker room, like we got to go get one, and then let the rest kind of happen. I've been on teams that are 1-10 and then they run off 9 to 10 straight, and I've been on teams that's 1-10 straight and start tanking and start losing games. So the message is the same to our team. We got to continue to get better and we got to grow, and we got to go get one game, and then it'll kind of turn the corner for us.
You've seen the entire league. If you could oblige me for a moment, who do you think's probably the best team in this conference right now?
It's tough to say because I think a lot of teams are battling with individual injuries. Santa Barbara's good when they're kind of loaded just because of the way they can shoot the ball and ability to kind of spread you. It's kind of weird because I think a couple teams just got their number in conference play. I think this is one of the better Hawaii teams that I've seen since I've been in the league. And I don't think that they're more talented than they've been in the past, but as a collective, I just think they're a better team, a better organized team put together. But in my opinion, like those guys are probably the best 2 teams, overall teams in the league. Now I do think that Irvine will be able to beat those guys on some nights just because of their ability and how well they guard. But in terms of just what I've seen, I think those are probably 2 of the better teams in the league.
Good. Guys?
16-15, first 5 minutes, you're up and you're trading blows with Hawaii. What got away?
It's kind of what I just was talking about. In that stretch, we hit some tough shots, and in that stretch, we gave them some easy shots. And those were just miscommunication by us or not understanding that you're closing out to a shooter rather than closing out to a driver. I thought their point guard did a good job. He came out, he hit a couple of big shots, and he don't traditionally hit those shots. He was one of the guys, but then, like I told our team, in order to do that, you got to make them all night, right? Like that's the scouting report. You got to make them all night. And I thought we did a bad job of coming out and then flying out at him, and then he's going downhill, and that's what he's really, really good at. So we have the ability to go and blow to blow with anybody in our conference. We have to now mature as a team to be able to start to take away some of their blows, slip some of their heavy hitting punches, and be able to throw jabs until we can kind of throw a knockout punch at the end of the game.
Despite the loss, A.J. George with 23 points tonight and was shooting really well from the paint. Can you tell me about his performance?
You know, we've been trying to get AJ in this kind of groove, in this mold all year long, and for him to continue to fight, he's been through the ringer. Coming out of the year that he had last year, and then the summer that he had this summer, and then trying to get his groove back into who he was before. And I thought tonight was indicative of who we thought we were getting the whole time, and who we should get moving forward. It's somebody who we believe in, it's somebody who we trust, and we've been rolling with him all year. We're going to continue to roll with him down the stretch, and we want to see more of this from him.
You preached paint all year, and you were very successful once again tonight.
Mm-hmm.
Can you tell me about just performance in the paint?
It's you would like to say that, but then the way we shooting the three ball, you almost you almost have to. But no, we have a bunch of stuff designed to try to get the ball to some certain guys down low, and that's traditionally how we've been. And without CJ, without Jaden, it's hard to create that without being on the bounce and having a guy that can kind of blow by somebody and get downhill. So we've kind of catered the way we play to fit dumping the ball down there or getting the ball to a guy in the paint area so we can try to get some buckets and be able to score. We scored 74 tonight. We want to try to push that up to 80. I think that's where the league is. But if we can go and get 74, we'll be able to beat some people.
Thank you, Coach.
Thank you.
Anybody else? All right, thanks, Coach.
Okay.
Appreciate it.
Thank you.
Thank you, appreciate it.